Hello, my dear students. Welcome to my computer science class. Today we will discuss the chapter Microsoft Word. This is the second part of the chapter, and in the previous part, I've told you about the introduction of Microsoft Word and about the Microsoft Word window. Now, today I'll show you how to create a new document and the other different features. So let us start the class. Student, this is the Microsoft Word window. I have shown you how to open a document or how to open the Microsoft Word window. Now, if you want to create a new window, what will you do? You will click on the File tab, and here there is a button for New. So you will click on that, then you will click on blank document, and automatically a blank document opens. In a few of the Microsoft Word Office, what happens? There's a create button. You have to click on the create button, and then the Microsoft Word new document opens. Now for entering text, as I have told, there is a blinking line which is called as the cursor or flashing line, and this is the insertion point. Whatever you want to type, you can type it there. I have shown you how to type, so I am pasting the document now. So this is how I have pasted the document, and now the blinking line is here. So the now if I want to write something, it will appear here. Like that. So this was about how can we type a document or how can we enter a text. Now there are two features. First is, if I have made a spelling mistake of a common word like this, what happens? A red line. Can you observe this red line below this word? That means there is some spelling error and we need to correct this spelling error. So what you have to do, just right click on that. In the spelling section, there is a suggestion that this spelling can be known. So I'll click on that and the correct spelling appears. If the correct spelling is not given, you have to type the correct spelling. Then for grammatical errors, a green line appears. So let us see what happens when we make a grammatical error. So here in this, a blue line is appearing below the grammatical error. In some of the Word format, some of like Windows Word, MS Office 2007, 2010, what will happen? A green line appears below the whole sentence. Here the mistake is in this word, so a blue line is below R. I'm right clicking it, grammar is wrong, and the suggestion is. So I'll click on is, and now the error has been corrected. So like here it is written, the roots of plants absorbs, and there's a blue line below absorb. That means there is some grammatical error in the word absorb. So I'll right click, the grammar option is absorb, and the grammatical mistake has been corrected. So this is the way how we can check spelling and grammar of a given text, whether there is a grammatical or spelling error or not. Now next is selecting text. How can we select text? So first, if you want to select a word, like I want to select leaves, I will double click on that and this word is selected. So double clicking on any word selects that particular word. Now if you want to select a line, so you will first click on the control button and then a single click. What happens? The whole sentence is selected. So like that, you can select a complete sentence. Like if I want to select different parts of plant like roots, so what I'll do, I have deselected it. Now first I will press the control button and then I will single click on the particular sentence. The whole sentence is selected. This is the way to select a sentence. Now if you want to select a paragraph, if you want to select the whole paragraph, what is the correct way? You have to triple click the mouse button. When you quickly click 3 times the left button, the whole paragraph is selected like this. If you double click on that, a word will be selected, and for selecting a whole paragraph you have to triple click it. Now if you want to select any amount of text, what you can do, you will put the cursor here, then while clicking the left mouse button you just have to select the text. I want till here. I will leave my mouse here. So this much text is selected. So I have told how to click, how to select a word, how to select the whole sentence, and how to select a paragraph and a selected amount of text. Not the complete sentence but half a sentence or only 2 sentences. Then you can specify that. You can use the mouse keyboard also for these shortcuts. You can use for that you have to use the shift button and the arrow keys. By using the shift button and arrow keys you can select and deselect different amount of text. Now saving a document. How can we save this document? So you have created a document, now you want to save it. So there are different options. First is you will go to the file button and there are 2 options. You can click on save also, save as also. So save as, then you will specify a specific location like this PC, whatever the location is, the desktop, the C drive, E drive, D drive. So I am selecting the desktop and you have to enter the file name. I am giving it Microsoft Word and you have to click on the save button. What happens? Now this document is saved here. This is your Word document which you have saved. Now there is another option on the quick access toolbar. This icon is there. This is for save. You can click this also for saving your document. So these are the different options. Then there is a keyboard shortcut also. Your control button plus S. Control plus S is the keyboard shortcut for saving a document. Now saving a document in different formats. There are different options. Whenever you save a document, it asks which format do you want here. Like you can save it in Microsoft Docx, Word 97 to 2003 document. You can choose this option because in few of the Word formats, like in few of the systems, the older versions of MS Office is there. In that system, maybe your files will not open properly if you are saving in an advanced version. So you can save your document in Word 97 to 2003 if you want to open it in a older version of MS Office. Then there is a PDF option. This is the PDF option. If you want to convert your Word document to PDF, then you can click on this option. I'm clicking on this option and you just have to click on save button and your document gets converted into a PDF format. This is the PDF format of the same document. Now next is if I want to convert it into an XPS document. This is another format, XPS document. And what is that format? XPS is also a type of format basically used for printing. The full form of XPS is XML paper specification, which in short is called as XPS document. And it is like you are viewing the document in a print format. So it converts it into XPS, and this format is used for printing. So if I save in this format, this is your XPS format. Here it is written MS Word XPS. This is the XPS viewer, and your file will appear like this, and then you can print it, take a print out of this. Now there are different views. I have told you while I was showing you the Microsoft Word window that there are different views. So these are the different views. The reading mode. This is the reading mode. This is the print layout mode, and this is the web layout mode. And all these modes are inside the, you can view all these modes in the view tab also. This is the view tab, and here all these tabs, here only 3 tabs, the 3 different modes are given, but they're different modes. Like this is the reading mode, this is the print layout mode. Print layout mode shows the different margins, header and footer. This is the print layout mode, and it shows the header and footer when you print the document. Then this is the web layout mode, and it displays the web page preview of your document. When you are creating a web page, a page which appears on a website, so how will that particular page look like? So this is called as the web layout view, and this is the outline view. This is the different view. Now reading mode I have already told. So these are the different views of document: the print layout, the outline, print reading mode, print layout, web layout, the outline mode, and draft view. Now zooming in or zooming out. So if you want to increase or reduce the display of text, you are not increasing the actual size of the text, but you just want to increase the size on screen only. Then we can zoom in and zoom out that particular text. So here there is a zoom tab, and you just have to drag it. Like if you want to increase the size, then you will drag it here. Now it is 252%. If you want to reduce the size, it is called as zoom out. You have to drag it towards your left, and now it is 75%. So in this way you can, this is the zoom slider, this is called as the zoom slider, and in this through this you can increase or decrease the display of the text, not the actual text. Now here view button is also there, and you can change the size like 75%. You can click here also, and if you will click on OK, this is now 100%. Now if you want to make it 200% of its actual size on screen, then this is the 200%. And now if you want actual size, I'm clicking on 100%. So in this way you can change the size of, not the size, but this display of the text. Students, that's all for today. In the next part of this chapter, we will learn few more features of Microsoft Word. Till then, practice all these features which I have told today. Thank you, students.